Well, hello and welcome to our video. You're probably watching this video because either you have been removed from state court to federal court and you're trying to figure out, well, what in the world is that? Or maybe you've heard of that expression. You're wondering, well, what is this? Well, here's what it means. Certain cases filed in state court can be taken or removed to federal court. That's all it means. Is we start off in state court and then it's transferred to federal court. And we go, okay, well, why is that possible? Well, sometimes the defendant has the right to say, I don't want to have my case in state court, I want it in federal court. And if they follow the rules, they have the right, they do it in the right time, then they're allowed to do this. And so you can't stop them from doing it, they have the right to do this. So when can they do this? Basically two situations. Number one, when there's a federal claim involved. So we sue an abusive debt collector under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or we sue some person who's credit reporting, or a credit reporting agency under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or we sue somebody who's blowing up your cell phone with robo-dial calls. We sue them under the FDCPA, Telephone Consumer Protection Act, or maybe we use some federal mortgage laws like RESPA. Any type of federal claim will generally allow them, the defendant, to take it from state court to federal court. So that's one thing. Now the second thing is if we have what's called complete diversity. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you sort of line up the lawsuit and you say, here's the plaintiff suing the defendants, okay, and normally there'd be a V in between there, so it's Smith versus Midland Funding. Well, we say if there are no similar states on either side of the V. In other words, we got Joe Blow here from Alabama. As long as he's not suing anybody who's a resident of Alabama, and corporations can sometimes be residents of two different states. But as long as there's that complete diversity of states, well then they can remove it. And as long as the amount sued for is over $75,000, which typically you're going to see that in most cases that are filed. So again, not trying to bore you with all the legal stuff on what's called jurisdiction and removal, but just give you a basic idea. It's the defendant saying, hey, I've been sued in state court, I want to take it to federal court. And let me just give you one last thing, and that is, what's the reason for this? What's the rationale? Well, the first one kind of makes sense. If you're sued under a federal law, kind of makes sense that the defendant would have the right to say, I want a federal judge to look at that. Just like the plaintiff who's suing under that federal statute has the right to have a federal judge do it. Well, what about this diversity, complete diversity? Well, the idea is, let's say that you live in Alabama and some company sues you in Wisconsin and you've never lived in Wisconsin. And imagine for whatever reason it's appropriate to sue you there, but they sue you in state court. You go, well, wait a minute. I feel like I'm going to be at a disadvantage. I'm from Alabama. They sued me in Wisconsin. I'm going to get home cooked here. So the idea is, as long as there's that complete diversity, more than 75,000, that you can remove that case to federal court, where the idea is you'll get a fair trial. Now, I think as a reality, in 2017, you're going to get a fair shake whether you're in state court or federal court. But that's kind of the rationale behind this. So hope that this helps you. If you have questions, now obviously if you have a lawyer, don't contact us. But if you do not have a lawyer, maybe you're doing some research before you file a suit and you're wondering, hey, should I file in state court? Will they remove me to federal court? Is that good? Is it bad? And there's all sorts of advantages, disadvantages to both. But if you have some questions, want us to help you, 205-879-2447 or alabamaconsumer.com. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll look forward to talking to you. Bye-bye.